Hi friends, welcome to Pharma Tree.
I am Manasa. Guys, we have started a new video series called Pharma Career Talks. Guys, I initiated to pharmacy students and graduates seeking a guide to their career growth. Today, I am going to meet expert who studied PharmD and has a really great experience and achievements, and her name is Dr. Neetu Kumari Oja. Let me introduce her to you through her achievements. She is awarded with first place for her project work at Indo-Asia International Conference held in VELS University. She is also awarded with the trophy Best Overall Performer by Pharmacology Club, VELS University, and many other incredible achievements. She has paper publications in Effect of Angiotensin Converting Enzyme on Serum Lipase and Amylase in patients with hypertension. One more publication of omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids on inflammatory status, lipid levels and severity of peripheral artery disease measured using ankle brachial index. I felt like ma'am has taken a great steps in her career life. Today she's gonna clear our major doubts regarding career in pharmacovigilance. I am happy and excited to meet her today. Guys, please subscribe, and if you have any query, comment below. Let us start the meeting. Hearty welcome, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I have seen your resume, it's really awesome and very glad to meet you, ma'am.
Yeah, same here. My pleasure.
So, can you tell us about pharmacovigilance in few lines?
Pharmacovigilance is nothing but, the study of adverse event, in patients. And it can really help us to, make people avoid from certain adverse event that can lead to their, life's disability or quality of life can be compromised. So we can avoid in this way. So pharmacovigilance have a very big go in future for sure.
So, ma'am, can you tell us about your educational qualifications and your designation?
Actually, I'm a PharmD graduate, and right now I'm even pursuing PhD in pharmacology, and it's just been a month. And currently, I'm working in a company, a service company, and I'm not going to take its name. And I'm in a position of junior data analyst.
How was your interview, ma'am?
Okay. The interview was pretty much into the, pharmacovigilance basics were asked. Like, what are adverse event? What is serious adverse event? What is the difference between adverse drug reaction and adverse event? Then what is MIDRA? And what are what are the regulatory authorities that monitor adverse event reporting? So all these kind of questions were asked, and these are very basic thing, that a PharmD graduate or any pharmacy graduate should know in PV. That's it.
Okay, ma'am. If a graduate wants to enter PV, what skills he must acquire or essential needs to be successful in pharmacovigilance?
First thing, coming to pharmacovigilance, you should be clinically sound. Okay, there are many people who just mug up their books and forget everything. You should not be like that. You have to be in accordance with your clinical knowledge and subject. Okay. Second thing, you should have the basic knowledge of pharmacovigilance. You should be very much clear about what is MIDRA. MIDRA is nothing but the medical dictionary used in pharmacovigilance, where your knowledge will be, required to input how to code an adverse event in a database. Okay. And then coming to, basics, what is a drug reaction and what is an event? Because both are not same. Causality comes in play of role. Okay. And similarly, you have to have basic knowledge of regulatory authorities. Where are you going to report all the adverse event at the final stage? You have to give to regulatory authority, and they will decide whether a drug has to be continued or not. And all these are known as signal generation, nothing but adverse event monitoring. So you have to like keep these kind of basic knowledge, and you have many more PPTs, documents available in internet, so that you can refer and prepare yourself for this kind of interview. And moreover, you should have basic knowledge on pharmacology, few topics like hypertensive, then diabetic drugs, then cancer drugs.
Okay.
I think these, the field which we really use regularly, the medications which are given to most common people, so you have to be thorough with that kind of topic. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. So, what was your role as in PV? Like, what was your main work, ma'am?
Okay, actually, I'm a case processor. When ICSR comes, ICSR is individual case report form, okay, and it's of a particular patient. If it comes to me, I have to evaluate whether the case is serious or not. Okay, sometimes it is reported, sometimes it is not. So you have to go refer few documents where it will be clearly stated whether an event will be serious or not. You have to evaluate that. Second thing, whether the events are expected or unexpected. Okay, based on that also you will process a case. Which case should be first submitted to the regulatory authority, and then when you are going to code your patient details in database, then you have to keep the conventions in mind. That is your project telling you to code a drug like this? Is your project telling you to code an adverse event like this? What is the specific thing you have to add in your case? Okay, you have to be really detailed. In a way, you have to prepare yourself very detailed manner that nothing can go wrong in PV. They will be doing multiple quality checks when we process a single case. After we process, our leaders go and do quality check, then push it to MR is medical reviewer, where a doctor again evaluates a case for checking out the causality, whether this event is related with the drug or not, and then they will push it to they will lock in case and it will be pushed to the regulatory authority. So this is how it goes.
Okay, ma'am. How was your training experience in this field and how long was it?
Actually, first of all, I went through an interview, I got cleared, and then we had an exam. Okay, where they trained us for 7 days with basics of pharmacovigilance, and we have to clear the exam with more than 80%. After clearing it, we went into the on-field training where we were taught about the database. Generally, we are working in Argus database, so they taught us everything: how to evaluate a case, how to pick up a case and book it, and how you have to process, what are the convention you have to follow, and if any doubt you can go talk with a medical reviewer, a doctor, while coding a drug or coding an event or understanding the seriousness of a case, and then we have to push it to MR. So all these things has been trained, and it takes near to 4 months to learn everything. And there is nothing like a full stop, because each case is different. As we tell, one patient is not similar to another, right? Similarly, one case is really not similar with the another case. So you will be learning new things regularly. So it is interesting job.
What advice would you give to somebody considering PV as a career, ma'am?
I would really tell somebody, considering PV as a career, you can go for it if you really have interest, to learn new things. Because here you are going to learn new things, and also you have to be like confident in yourself that you can compete with the PV world, because there are many people who are experts available in PV, and you have to be a little bit competitive. You have to spare time, but at the same time you have to like keep your personal things also going, or else you will be frustrated. So let's keep everything in a balance and move forward.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, whether this PG diploma in PV is mandatory?
No, I haven't done any kind of diploma and all, and I won't really suggest anybody to do such kind of things, because at the end of the day, you are going to apply to the companies. See, I haven't got any interview from my college. I was shifted to Pune, and here I came, and within a month I went for an interview, walking interviews, and I have cracked it. Okay, so there is nothing like you have to go and take some kind of diploma. By God, you have studied 6 years of PharmD. What will that one month of course will do wonders in your life? No, never. I won't suggest.
Okay. Ma'am, can you explain chronologically how positional growth occurs in PV? Just like
Okay.
in college,
Okay.
we get to know
Okay.
it.
First, you will
Yeah.
come and join as a trainee. Okay, and it will be like from
Okay.
1 month, 1 year to 1.5. It can extend depending upon your capability. Okay. Then later on, you will be going into junior data analyst or drug safety associate. Okay, vice versa. Chronology differs everywhere. Synonyms. Okay, these are synonyms. And then next, you will go into data analyst or senior drug safety associate. Okay, then you will be a team leader. You will be leading a team under which all these TJDA, JDA, and DA will be working. Then you will be going into manager, then service delivery manager, and if you are very good, you can also go to the director position, of course.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, is PV and drug safety associate both
Yeah,
are
both
same?
are same. Only that terminology differs from company to company. That's it. I don't feel anything pretty much different. No, the same.
Okay. Ma'am, what is the difference of working in TCS and core companies like IQVIA,
Okay,
Pfizer,
first of
etc.?
all, even like TCS, I belong to a service company employee right now, and you will have a bit of pressure on your head. You have to meet targets, but at the end of the day, in service company, you will handle a single project. Okay, in IQVIA, these are CROs. Clinical research organization, okay, where multiple projects will be going on and you will be into multiple projects, more into knowledge based skill. Okay, nothing much different. In both the thing, you are going to do the same thing. Okay, in both the company, only the thing is those are core, these are service providers. That's it.
Ma'am, is there any pay scale difference between
Yeah, of
companies?
course. The pay scale in India actually differs a lot because it generally the salary is location based. Okay, in India, if you look into India, it's location based, and some companies give you a huge package at the start. For example, come on, I will hire you on 4 lakhs. They will hire you. 5 lakhs. They will hire you. But then, when you see the growth internally, it won't be much. Okay. And some company will hire you on 2 lakhs. But suddenly within a year you will be jumping to 4.5. Okay. And when you go for a switch, if you keep on switching, you have to face very big challenges again and again. Every year you are going to dump your brain with different conventions. Okay. And second thing, even the third party who's going to hire you will think you are not much reliable. Okay, to hire, because you keep on switching. After you learn something, you switch. After you learn, because even a company is going to invest some kind of amount to make you train. Okay, so minimum 2 to 3 years should be given to a particular company.
So, how will be the increment procedure in PV industry?
Okay, actually, just now I think I discussed with you. The packages are generally depending upon the service company or CRO company, and the increment, if you are experienced, will be from 8% to 20%. Okay, if your company is very good and your performance is level 1, 2, 3, then you will be getting very good increments. But again, there are some companies who only give a fixed amount of salary. So it's generally depending upon what kind of company you are working in and what is their organization structure of salary. It generally depends upon the
Okay.
company. If you are really looking for a good opportunity, work in a company, spend 2 years, switch, and work in another company, and you have to spend few time, learn things properly, and then look for a switch.
So we need to gain experience and then
Yeah,
switch over.
don't switch for every year. Okay, that doesn't make sense, because every time you are going to learn new thing, and in a year you will not be an expert, in whatever thing you are doing. I have an experience of 1.8 years, and till now I call my friend, guy, tell me what is happening in this case, please explain me. Are Baba, tell me what is this. I have to call. Moreover, my daily 1 hour goes on call discussing on how to code this event in a database. See, I have 1.8 years of experience. Still I am learning. So you have to give time to yourself as well.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, it is said that pharmacy background students can't get high positions in PV. Is that true? Only MBBS people
Oh
will
my
get
God.
such higher positions.
First of all, I will tell you one thing. There is no relation between an MBBS and pharmacy person in a PV line. Because MBBS person is going to do a different activity called medical review. He is going to check the causality, the event coding, which we have already processed. Okay. So he is going to do a very different job, and we are going to do a very different job. We are going to deal with processing of a case. And here, as I told you, hierarchy, you can go till director if you are working really hard. Okay. In my office, I think my director, my manager, my service delivery manager has, he's a PhD in pharmacology. He's from pharmacy background only. And not one, I have 3 similar managers who have pharmacy background. So that is nothing that you won't, go to heights, etc., etc. There is always a limit in each and every job, right? So there will be a limit where you have to reach. Even an MBBS student is going to reach his limit. He cannot be a CEO of a company unless and until he has done a very big thing for a particular company and he has that leadership, quality.
Okay. Ma'am, are you enjoying your work? I mean, is it stressful or your manager?
Okay, first of all, a very good, saying is that you have to love your work and not, the organization. And you will fall in love with your work for sure. Because you have to, when you love your work, at the end of the day, you will be happy with whatever you do in your, in your organization. And if you love your work and you do, then of course your organization is also going to love you. So you have to. I love my work. That's it. I love being a PV associate.
That's a very good thing, ma'am. We should love ourselves. We should love our
First,
work.
you have to love yourself and your work. You cannot be blaming others. Okay, for example, I have seen many students blaming their college, blaming their career growth, blaming India for not having jobs. All are myths. All are myth. I can only tell that. Because at the end of the day, if you are capable, everything is possible.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, what are your career goals and what are your future plans in this
Okay,
field?
actually, there is a thing called aggregate reporting. If I continue with this PV line, I might be, after 5 to 6 years of experience, we can go into aggregate reporting or periodic safety reporting, like 6 months reports we are going to give to regulatory authority. That's, a really very good job, a really very good scope in PV. And even regulatory authority, you can move to regulatory authority. You can even move if you are really very good, then in government job you can try in PVPI Ghaziabad. Okay, so you have scope.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Ma'am, what are the other opportunities for PharmD students that we can explore?
Yeah, okay. First, coming to clinical research, you can go as a clinical research coordinator, where you will be involved in protocol writing, in patient monitoring, sample collection, everything. Okay, and you have a pretty same growth as it is in PV. You have a stage where you will keep on growing. You will not have a full stop there as well. And second, you can go as a regulatory authority associate. You have to be pretty much thorough with all the regulatory authority concept and basics. You can go internet and refer everything and prepare yourself. Or else you can go in, hospital as a clinical pharmacist. But at the end of the day, you will have to be ready with all the good clinical practice and experience you will acquire in your hospital ward rounds, which we are doing in PharmD. Okay, you have to be pretty much serious with that as well. And then there are even more, the field is big. You have medical device associate. You have a very big field. When you, once you enter a field, then only you will be able to get the exposure. For example, even clinical pharmacology. I have gone to an interview where I was offered an MD pharmacology position in a hospital in Mumbai. But since I am in Pune, I cannot switch over, so I refused it. So you have everything in India. No need to worry about career. You have to just prepare yourself clinically to meet all the requirements in India.
Ma'am, what are the abroad opportunities in PV?
Okay, actually, if your company sends you, pretty well good. It's the same, the pattern. A company, it depends upon the company and the organization what kind of pattern they follow. Okay, for an associate, you will have certain exam internally. If you have joined Indian, office or any service company, then they will let you have an exam and they can send you outside. Okay, and if you are individually trying to get an offer from outside, then you have to search through internet and go through which exam is particular in which country. You have to prepare for that, clear it, and you can straight away go.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, how's the scope?
And the scope is really good. See, for example, in India you get rupees, there you get dollars. In India you are TJDA, there you are going to be drug safety associate. Okay. So, and you will grow. The only thing I will tell is, at the start, you will get nothing. For example, when you come and join a college as a PharmD first year, you will be knowing nothing. Now you are PharmD 6th year, you will have certain kind of knowledge, right? Similarly, it occurs even in India and even in abroad. PV line is universal because we all follow regulatory authority, and at the end of the day, each and every report from all the countries will go to Uppsala Monitoring Center, which is in Sweden. Okay, so everybody followed the same pattern.
Okay. How's the scope and developments? Before and after pandemic in pharmacy field, and especially related to PV.
Okay, now I will tell you. After pandemic, last year there were no jobs.
Okay.
Job were really limited, and now people are ready to give you 7 lakhs. Come join our company for experienced people. And when the experienced people are moving, and the other companies are not getting people to fill in, they are picking up the freshers, training them. So PV right now is having a bomb and recruiting like hell all the students. So after pandemic, it is really going well, and even PharmD people have been recognized in each and every sector. For example, I have seen even in Gurgaon in Delhi, there are vacancies in hospitals just for pharmacy PharmD students, not even B.Pharm, M.Pharm, etc. They want PharmD because we people are trained clinically. So now in India, PharmD is like it's lightning like a sparkle, and you will be really recognized very well if you are a PharmD. I myself get a lot of respect from my colleagues, because I'm the only PharmD in my organization in Pune, because here PharmD graduation has come very late. So I'm the only PharmD person, and I really get respect from all. Even my team leaders show some kind of respect to me. So it's really good to have such kind of.
It's a great thing, ma'am. Because nowadays PharmD, they are telling no scope and all, but it's really happy?
I will tell you. Actually, I refused an MBBS seat. Okay, I cleared it and I refused it because it was not in my near my family, and I was a kid that time and I didn't want to go anywhere, leave
Okay.
my house. I do regret that point of time, but now I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy because even MBBS people are coming and joining PV now. So you have to be like happy. That's it. Don't listen to anybody. Everything is going to be fine. That first job, that will be challenging. Prepare yourself, crack it. After that, everything is in God's hand and it will be going smoothly for
Hope
sure.
so.
I'm telling you now, that first job is just important. Crack it and that's it. You will be placed anywhere. Your growth will be really well.
Some offsites or abroading working opportunities are there in PVA. You told, yeah.
Yes, yes. Offsite the opportunity is there, and even abroad working is there. As I told you, internal movement in our companies is allowed, and Cognizant or any TCS companies after 5 to 6 years they do give their opportunities to the employees if they want to work outside. And similarly, on-site works or off-site works are more in clinical research coordination also. I have my senior named
Okay.
Dr. Suleiman. He's a clinical research coordinator. Now he had gone to assistant manager or manager level. I haven't spoken with him
Okay.
for a long time. So even he had gone to Gujarat. He's working in Hyderabad. Then he moves to Gujarat, etc. For study site. We will tell it as study site. He goes and collect the data, reviews the patients. So he also gains a lot of respect,
Okay.
from the people. So you have the opportunity.
What is the motivation speech you would like to give for pharmacy students?
The only thing is, listen from one ear, leave it to another. Be thorough with your clinical knowledge. Don't mug up. Don't ever mug up. You have to feel the mechanism of a drug. After taking a drug, what is going to happen with you? You have to feel it and study. Okay, that will really help you.
Okay.
And I will tell you one thing. Whenever I used to, study and not to tell a disease, I used to feel it. Now feeling a disease is really bad. But I used to feel it, and then I used to think that okay, I'm going to take this drug. Now, what is it is going to happen in me? So you have to feel it. You have to study really well. Be thorough with your
Okay.
clinical knowledge, and don't listen to rumors. You will be getting a very good job, and family future is really bright in India. And after pandemic has made people realize that family people have clinical knowledge and they can be compared with people with drug specialists. So don't worry about that. Things are good. I will only tell you, don't listen rumors. You will have a very big a long way to go.
Ma'am, at last, can you share how was your experience with our interview, Pharma Career Talks?
It's pretty well, pretty well. I'm really happy to communicate with you all, and it's really great to see you taking this initiative to share with all the family students. I know you family students after pandemic, you guys are worried, and you want to decrease the pressure of all the students who are thinking that what is going to happen with the future. There is nothing called if you are in the college, you are going to learn. Learning part is in your hand. I can only tell this thing. Learning part is in your hand, and you guys have to pass this message to all the students. And you people are really taking a very good
Okay.
initiative right now to interview the people who are there working in this kind of field, so that all the misconceptions can be resolved. So yeah, you people are really
Ma'am,
doing a great
PV is
job.
like more related to guidelines. Like, what kind of guidelines should we be thorough with?
Guideline. No, PV is not about guideline. PV, see, If you want, I'm ready to share few articles to you, few knowledge-based questions. If you want, I'm ready to
Okay.
prepare and give you. PV is just knowing the basics. Be thorough with basics. And now, can I give you a few examples?
A
if you
few
really-
examples can go good, ma'am.
Yeah. First one, what is an adverse event? Second, adverse drug reaction. Third, METRA. What is METRA? Who developed METRA and how it is going to help in PV? What is PA, pharmacovigilance practice? What is GVP, good pharmacovigilance practice? Like MCQ, MCQ questions we can tell. PV is more of MCQ questions when you
Okay,
enter
ma'am.
for an interview. Okay, and all these stuffs are going to be available in your internet.
Okay, ma'am.
So you don't need to go and do any kind of course that if we do we will get a job, nothing like that. You are foundry people, you guys have read pharmacovigilance, you guys have read clinical research, dude. So you really don't need anybody to come and guide you in 1 month. Some kind of things which you can learn already, which is available in all internet sources. That's it.
Ma'am, can you guide or give any idea what students can do there for their future?
First thing, the starting of the career should be really very important. Just prepare your mind in which direction you have to go. Whether you have to go into clinical research or come into pharmacovigilance or come into clinical pharmacist. Because growth in all these three fields are really different. Okay. Prepare your mind, come into one field and then you can explore it. I can only tell one thing. Prepare your mind and choosing the position which you are going to get the employment. Just for the sake that, I have got this offer, let's go. Don't do that. What job you really want, go into that. Okay, because I got an opportunity for a clinical research coordinator as well. I didn't want it. Okay, I wanted to be a PV associate. And I also worked in airport as an pharmacist for 1.5 months. I got a really high pay for that as well, but I just left it because that time I just saw money. I didn't see what kind of knowledge I'm going to procure. But after I thought, okay, I want to procure this kind of knowledge, I went into PV.
Okay, ma'am. So it's really very, very valuable, ma'am. Thank you so much for your answers. And I have learned much. I learned a lot of things by interacting with you. And so many students will get motivated with their knowledge and motivation by watching this video, I feel.
Yeah, sure. I hope so.
Yes,
This
ma'am.
should work out.
Really, thank you,
for
ma'am.
guys.
It's pleasure talking to you.
Thank you a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
Stay home, stay safe. Lives matter, and you guys have to value yourself. So wear a mask, and let's deal with this pandemic together. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it was very helpful and informative for all of you guys. Please like, share and subscribe. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe our channel for more such interesting videos. If you have any doubt, please comment in the comment section. I want to make you aware in a funny way to prevent COVID-19. Wear mask to avoid oxygen mask on you. If you doubt having COVID is with you, please go with doctor what they say. Please vaccinate to prevent COVID. Thank you.